I'm just going to remind you.
Okay, every now and again, gotta remind
Oh,
you.
you're
Okay. I'm actually just taking it all in. Because after it's all in, I will react.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, Miss Janelle Baby. This week we're doing the recap for Real Housewives of Potomac. This is season 9, episode 9. 9-9, baby, okay? Anyway, this episode, it starts off where we left off last episode. Wendy made a statement about she wants the fathers of her children to get along. And the girls are looking like, what? Huh? What do you mean fathers? Like, I thought Gordon was the father of your child. And Mia clears it up and reminds us that she has another child from a previous marriage. She did say that, I believe in her first season, the other child in question never records in films. So I'm assuming she doesn't have custody, but I know it's a young man. I forgot, they show his name. I don't remember the name, but they show, when she was singing this, they were showing clips of all her children, and they show him, a little light-skinned boy sitting at the desk on a computer or something like that. He looked like he's definitely older than the children she have now, but he doesn't look like he was much older than Jeremiah. So anyway, she does clear that up, but let's make no mistake, Mia knew exactly what she was doing, child. We were not talking about him. We were discussing Gordon and Ink. So when you made that statement about, oh, I just want the fathers of my children to get along, you was looking for that reaction from the woman because y'all was discussing Gordon and Ink. So now they're assuming that when you say fathers of your children, you're referring to Gordon and Ink. But you did let us remind us and you did clarify, but you knew what you were doing, Mia. You do things for shock value. I'm on to you, sis. I've been called you out. Anyway, so Karen decides she wants to jump in and defend Mia and try to tell the girls to give her some slack. And here go Jacqueline. She's like, guys, y'all don't know Gordon. He's hot and he's cold. You never know what to expect from him. One minute he's cool, then the next minute he's flipping out and going off. So, Mia once again is blaming it on his bipolar or whatever, saying, just basically everything is because of his mental condition. But no, not for nothing, but whenever I see Gordon, he seems totally competent and he seems like his cognitive abilities are there to me. He seems just fine when I see him recording. It seemed like he just know what he's talking about, but you want us to think he's crazy. That's what it's giving. I'm ready to see this diagnosis. I'm starting to think Gordon only went along with this to help you along with your storyline because we already know he's willing to do anything to keep you. He already said you can go out and have fun, but y'all should have an arrangement. He wants you to stay with him and be with Ink, but now you're trying to abandon ship and leave him, and he don't want that. So now, Wendy makes an announcement that she's going to be getting a citation. She's getting a citation, and the girls are like, citation? Isn't that a bad thing? When you think citation, you're thinking you got in trouble with the law. It may not be a conviction or a charge, but it's a citation. You did something. You may have broke the law. It may not be a crime, but it could be a violation, I believe. But apparently this was a different type of citation. So the girls is really they are what's the word I'm looking for? They're skeptical of her getting this, what's the citation? They're skeptical. They're I don't think me and Wendy know what she's talking about. So Wendy comes to get the girls because it's time for her to get her citation. And he says the same thing. And they're like, Eddie, you sure? So he we're about to go find out. So they go over there to go hear her get her citation. And as they're walking over there, I noticed, I be noticing everything. This is why I watch the episode twice. Because sometimes when I watch it the first time, I don't catch what be going on in the little parts. But when I'm watching it the second time, I'm catching the little side conversations. I'm reading the caption. I'm putting the caps clothes on. I'm catching everything. If you made a mistake and did something in the background, I caught that. I saw you. But anyway, I noticed when they was walking off, Jacqueline was, I guess, trying to say something to Mia. And Mia was like, no. You ain't defend me. You won't never be. You ain't never there to help me defend me. Go ahead, go over there. Basically dismissing her. I was like, ooh. But she did defend you, Mia. Like, girl, what the hell you want her to do? Jump up and throw a drink on a girl like you? So now Wendy goes to get her citation, and it's April Ryan, who I believe is the first black newscaster. I don't know if she's the first black newscaster or the first black woman newscaster, but I know she's the first of. And she's given a citation on behalf of the mayor of Potomac, I guess. So she's given a citation, and yes, we realize it is a citation. Yes, Wendy knew what she was talking about. Now, I looked it up. A citation is where you get recognized for maybe a contribution you made or an achievement or maybe something you did, like, to, contributed to, like charity work or something like that. That's what a citation is. You're being recognized by the mayor of that city for your work. So they gave her citation, and as they're giving it to her, mind you, Ashley and Stacey is having a whole conversation on the side. You hear the lady on the mic, and they just steady yappity yap yap yap, and I'm like, how rude! Like, are y'all jealous of her for getting a citation? Like, why is y'all talking? Be quiet. So eventually they be like, oh, I guess they realized they were being rude, so they went to listen. So you hear Stacey, she's telling TJ how she's trying to tell him something. I guess that the mayor was there or somebody was there and trying to point the person out to them. But not for nothing, TJ was really distant, like not paying her no mind. I'm sorry, but there is no connection between this couple. Whenever I see them, he just look like he does not want to be bothered with her. That's what it gives to me. Anyway, so Wendy says in her confessional that she's still worried because she really wants things to work out between her family and Eddie family, and she's hoping for the best. And them being there is a start. So now, Ashley and Stacey, after she gets her citation, Ashley and Stacey finally get to have the conversation they was trying to have during the citation. So they're starting to discuss their respective mediations because they're both headed into mediation with their respective husbands. So they're discussing that and kind of anxious about it. And Stacey says that she's gonna stay optimistic about that. She chooses to be optimistic about it. She feels like her and her husband, they cool. They have a good relationship. And Giselle is letting her know, boo-boo, like, listen, when it's time to go through a divorce, a man will change up on you. They turn into a different person. And you already said that y'all grew apart. So it's like you don't really know who he is because y'all grew apart and y'all not close like y'all used to be. You're going to see a different side of him when it's time to go in that courthouse, all right? And Karen was like how she also feels that Stacey should not be showing off TJ to her ex-husband because that might make him feel a little bitter, like, oh, this bitch thinks she happy without me, and he might really decide to now be an asshole and stick it to her, So she's like, Karen feels Stacey should close one chapter before she opens the next chapter. Now we see Wendy and Eddie, and they're talking to his siblings, and she's introducing them to her kids. And it's a very happy, emotional moment because she's like, remember, his siblings has never met his kids. Their parents and their families don't mess with each other. So they never came to the weddings. They're not a part of each other's lives at all. So this was a big step. And we see Wendy is so happy. She's hugging her sister. They're crying. She's like, thank y'all so much. I'm so happy. The sisters start crying and they get emotional. You can just see her and Eddie are so happy. And I was so happy for them. This was probably the most feel-good moment of the episode, seeing this family reunite. And you can tell Eddie was just so happy that his siblings was there to represent him. So Wendy says that she hopes that next time they get together, the parents could be there and all that. This is just the beginning. So I'm really, really optimistic and hopeful for the future of their families to reconnect fully. So now That's the end of the scene. The next scene, we see Giselle. She's with her daughter Grace, and they arrive at a place called Tipsy Scoop Barla, which sounds like a cute little name. It's a little ice cream parlor, and they serve alcohol inside the ice cream. And that sounds real cute. I like the name Barla instead of parlor. Barla, get it? The play on the name, real cute. If I'm ever in the Potomac area, I'm gonna stop by. Anyway, so the girl asked him for ID. Giselle had ID, but Miss Grace was doing non-alcoholic, so she got a peanut butter and chocolate ice cream, and Giselle got a dark chocolate whiskey. Sound good, but I would have preferred milk chocolate. I'm a milk chocolate girl. Dark chocolate is not really my thing. I mean, if I'm somewhere and the only type of chocolate they have is dark, then I may indulge, but I'm definitely a milk chocolate type of person. It's not to say I won't ever eat dark chocolate, but if I had to choose, I'm going to always pick up the milk chocolate bar, okay? Even if it's all dark chocolate, even if I got to move it around and look underneath, I'm going to try to find me a milk chocolate. And then if there's no milk chocolate, then I might just not get nothing. Unless I'm like somewhere and I wanted a piece of chocolate right then and there. Anyway, I spent too much time talking about chocolate. There I go, going off on a tangent. So now they sit down and they talk, and Grace is telling her about her first year of college, and she feels like she had her ups and her downs, but she did the thing, and she did it. And Giselle is happy for her, and she's proud of her. So she asked her, like, how do you think Angel and Adore going to do? And Grace says she thinks that Adore is going to have a breakdown like in a week or two. The first week or two. Because Adore relies on Angel for everything. So Giselle like, girl, we might have to go up there and go, like, visit her and make sure she good. So now Giselle starts to reminisce about her dad. And we find out that during his like worst times last year when he was going through it and right before he died, Grace had went away to school, remember, because it was her first year in college. So she left for school, so she wasn't home. So she wasn't really there for like the worst of it, his last days. And then we find out that Angel and Adore were the ones who like held her hand through it. She said when like the day he died, he went to the hospital and he was calling her like every hour, every other hour with checkups. But then she said when he stopped calling, she knew something was wrong. So that's when I think they told her she had to get down to the hospital. And she said she went to go get the ticket online and she couldn't even type. Like she was out of it. And like, I think Angel or Adore, somebody had to call her father and they had to set it up for her. But she said the twins was really like there for her through that. So that was a little emotional moment too. This episode, I'm like, come on, the first two scenes, y'all about to have me crying before the first commercial break. But anyway, the next scene is, Ashley. She's with her kids. And once again, they're on the counter as always, because those are Ashley's kids. So online, there was a lot of riffraff and a lot of people going in on Ashley about saying why she got her kids on the counter and all that. But it seemed to me that they were saying it for the wrong reasons. My main concern was safety, because I saw like she even turned her back to go to the stove and they was sitting there. And I'm like, my thing is safety. And the kitchen floor is hard. So like, suppose the kid falls off the counter. But everyone else seemed to be more concerned with germs and saying, I'll never eat from her kids on the floor with their dirty feet and their clothes and stuff. Guys, there's this product called Clorox bleach that kills all them germs. Problem solved. I was more concerned with their safety, but I see people was talking about cleanliness, and I'm like, girl, bye. Like, that's why you clean it off. Hello. Maybe that's her thing with her kids. Who are we to judge? And online, it's just a lot of people that's always quick to judge. I'm not a fan of Ashley. We all know she's my least favorite housewife. I don't even know why she's there, to be honest with you. But come on, guys. Like, seriously, she can clean that off. I'm more concerned with her turning her back and one of the kids falling and busting their damn head. Anyway, she was making them some French toast. The French toast looked horrible. Now, that's why I would never eat from her. I would never eat from Ashley, but it has nothing to do with her kids being on the counter. It has to do with how that French toast looked. So, yeah. She lets them know it's going to be a long day. She's going to pack them lunch. She packs them up and gets them in the car to take them to camp. Now she's on her way to her mediation to meet with Michael. So she's feeling anxious about the whole custody thing because she says right now, currently, she has the kids 7 days a week. Well, I don't know why she said 7 days a week because she said Michael gets them on weekends. So really, you have them 5 days a week, girl. Okay? But anyway, she says she's anxious about that because she can't imagine not being with her kids every day and she don't want to have to part with her kids for a long time or whatever. So now she drops the kids off at camp and she's on her way to the courthouse. And when she gets there, she's hoping that she don't bump into Michael. She said, we definitely don't need a Michael scene right now. Anyway, they show her getting out the car, but as you know, they can never show them in the courthouse because you can't bring cameras into the courthouse. Next scene, Kiana is arriving at Greg's business, which I found out the name of is Open Arms. And she brings lunch, and his mother and his mother and his brother was there, and another co-worker was there, and they were sitting there looking like, what is she doing here? That's what it was giving. Maybe they was just uncomfortable around the camera. I don't know, but the way they was looking, I was like, are you sure y'all cool, Kiana? But then when they started talking, I could tell they was cool because she asked the mother, did she miss her? And the mother was like, yeah, girl. And they started talking. And then the brother asked her, when was she going to become a Diggs? Because that's Greg's last name, Diggs. So she looking like, Greg looking like, anyway, awkward. So they go into his office to talk. And they're talking about, she's filling him in on what's going on with her lawsuit. The one she has against Deborah, a.k.a. Cookie Monster, Ashley's friend that gave her that scar on her head. So she lets him know how that's going on. I forgot where she said it was at. But yeah, she didn't say too much about it. And she also said that when that went down, Greg had told her he don't know if, he wants this for her. I guess being on the show and exposing herself to, danger and being hurt. Anyway, that scene was not interesting at all. It seemed like a filler scene. Kiana, I like you, girl. But you're not really bringing it this season. You're just an afterthought. Like, Stacey done stepped up. And it's not like Stacey's doing a lot, but she's shining brighter than you are. Hell, at this point, Jassy is more of a hot topic than you are. So now, the next scene, we get Giselle. She's at Deck 11 Yotel. And she arrives there, and shortly after, Karen arrives there. After Karen, she sits next to Giselle. Now, Ashley arrives. So when Ashley arrives, they go to order. Giselle orders a charcuterie plate. Ashley orders a Greek salad, and Karen orders poached pear. If I was at the table, I probably wanted a little bit of all of their stuff. Give me a little bit of your salad. Let me get a little bit of charcuterie, and let me get a piece of that poached pear. And at this rate, I don't even think I need to order that. So now, Wendy arrives, and she's in purple, and we're matching shades, and Giselle's like, Wendy is going to have on a pair of shades to match her outfit, honey. So they show flashback clips of Wendy coming through with all these looks with her shades, matching shades for everyone. And yes, she does. So now, Stacey arrives, and she's wearing like a bow top dress, a dress with like a bow right here. So she sits down, and they're talking, and Stacey informs them about her mediation. She lets them know that, she hasn't paid a bill in like 5 years, so she had nothing to do with the finances. But she was just hearing a lot of things that surprised her, and she was in there like, wait a minute, what account in my name? How much? What bill? So she was confused about all this assets that she never knew about. It seemed like her husband was making moves and she ain't know nothing. So now Wendy says to her, I can relate because I don't pay a bill. These bills either. I don't even know who my electric company is. And she was like, and so Stacey was like, that's because you trust your husband. And Wendy's like, yeah, but that's the least you can ask for because I know everything about the kids. You know, I take care of them. When it comes to the kids, I know everything. So I feel like that's the trade-off. She was like, but listening to y'all, it makes me want to go home and be like, wait a minute, let me find out who I pay this to and what I pay this, just to be in the know. So now, Ashley, she weighs in and she lets them know how her mediation went. And she lets them know how they did not come to an agreement because Michael, he wants some type of confidentiality clause. Is that what the exact word she used? Let me just make sure. Yes, a confidentiality clause. She said that she wasn't willing to do that because the clause stated that basically she couldn't say nothing or nothing could be said bad about him on the show. And she was like, I have no control over what happens on the show. If somebody else says something about him, what does that mean? I'm going to get sued because one of my friends spoke about him, whatever. Or if they show a flashback, so she didn't want to agree to that. But she did say they agreed on custody. And I believe she said now he gets them 10 days out of the month. So she let the ladies know she wasn't going to sign that confidentially agreement. And Karen and her confessional was like, yes, Ashley, you got a bargaining chip, girl. Oh, you want me to be quiet? That's cool alimony, okay? There you go. You want something there, Karen, okay? So now in the next scene, we have Karen and her daughter Raven at a restaurant called Mita. The waiter brings them sparkling Chardonnay from Argentina. Karen declined, but Raven indulged. I see you, Karen. So now they start to talk, and Raven lets her know that she has a huge deal with Amazon. And Karen is happy for her. She's excited about Raven and how her marketing career is taking off. So she asks, they are served a watermelon crudo, which looked delicious. And the waiter let them know that they would finish it with a cucumber leche de tigre. I really meant to look that up and see what it looked like and what it was online before, but I literally, as soon as I finished watching the episode, I went over my notes and I meant to look that up, but for some reason, I just started recording. But I wanted to look it up because this sounds weird. Cucumber, I know leche is milk. Leche de tigre, is that milk of a tiger? So I'm trying to figure out what cucumbers and milk. How is that? I don't know. But I'm going to look it up after we get online. I'm going to look it up. And I'm probably going to edit at the end. At the end of my video, you're going to probably see me add a little quick editing to tell y'all what it is. But because I'm real curious. So now, Karen asks Raven about her love life. And Raven says, of course I'm dating. But, she let her know, if it's somebody special, trust me, you would know about it. You going to meet them. And so it's nobody special right now. She said, because out here it's crazy, And Karen was like, I'm glad you're protecting yourself and taking care of yourself, which is what I should do more of. So Raven is like, Ma, you always want to take on the weight of the world and try to be tough. And, it's okay not to be. Raven was like, girl, I be breaking down sometimes, crying in the corner, and you be trying to, tough through it. So now Karen lets her know. Now, as they're talking, the waiter comes out and he serves them some arepas. 5 different kinds. This was some type of dessert. And as Karen is telling her that some of the ladies have been, kind of messy with this whole DUI thing. And Raven lets her know, anybody who being messy, you don't have time for that. A real friend ain't going to be messy. A real friend is going to either be there or not. You ain't got time for none of that. And Karen is like, I couldn't have said it better myself. So now in the next scene, Mia is at a place called Ron David's Studio, and she's there to give Jacqueline a makeover because she says Jacqueline is a country bumpkin with no style, doesn't know how to dress, so she want to, give her a little makeover. So Jacqueline comes, they hug each other and greet each other, and Jacqueline is like, oh, you about to be my sugar mama? So they hug, and Jacqueline was going to say, we would have kissed on the mouth if we was alone. And mind you, the lady was just sitting there looking at them like, what? The lady was looking like, are they shooting for Real Housewives of Potomac, or is they shooting for Love and Hip Hop? She was confused. So now, Jacqueline tries on some outfits or whatever, models them for Mia. And afterwards, they sit down to talk. Oh yeah, also Mia made a little quip. This is funny. She was like, Jacqueline has no style. She doesn't know how to dress. It just doesn't come natural. And then she says she and Giselle should be really good close, right? That was funny, Mia. Y'all gonna always come for Giselle's fashions. Anyway, so they talk and she asks Jacqueline about PP, and she lets her know PP good. We working it out. We working on some things. You know, he hurt me, but we trying to get through it. And now they start talking about Gordon and Ink. Yawn. I'm getting tired of this whole triangle. So now Mia tells Jacqueline how she's upset with Giselle because she don't like how Giselle questioned her at Wendy's birthday party about the post with Gordon and Ink and her at the pool in the building hours after she claimed they had this big blow up argument, and she just didn't like that. How Giselle pressed her in front of everybody. So Jacqueline is asked, so they show the flashback of Giselle pressing her like, y'all, you said this and that. An hour later, I look on Instagram and I see y'all. So here go Jacqueline. Did she like the poll? And Jamia like, no. So Jacqueline was like, Giselle is just mad because she only got one man and you got like 3 or 4. Whatever. Jacqueline, girl, bye. Anyway, next scene is the final scene. This scene now is Ashley. She's having an over-the-edge event where she's going to rappel down a wall for charity. And this is in conjunction with New Hope Housing, which is a charity she supports, which helps house people in, I guess, the DMV area, or I don't know if it's the DC area. But she says that she and her mom were once almost homeless, and if it wasn't for, I think she said, her grandmother or her aunt taking them in, they would have been homeless. So now Stacy arrives with her daughter Arabella, and they bump into Giselle. So Stacy's introducing Arabella to Giselle. So now Karen arrives, followed by Wendy with her kids. After that, Mia arrives and she says hey to everybody, but she lets Giselle know that they're going to have some words later. Giselle is kind of thrown off like, words? What words? Giselle is like, Mia got this whole thing going on with Gordon and her elf on the shelf. I don't know what words she got for me. Why you call that man elf on the shelf, Giselle? You ain't no good. So now they see Ashley's friend, one of Ashley's friends, Daisy, and she's there with her kids to support Ashley. So now we see Ashley up at the top of the wall. She's about to do the rappel. She's all nervous, or at least playing nervous, but she finally makes it through when she does the rappel. The girls are all applauding her, and the kids are applauding her. We see Karen on her knees praying. Here go Mia like, not Karen on her knees. And Giselle like, I thought you ain't do that no more. I thought you quit that. And Karen was like, girl, I'm on my knees talking to God, okay? So now, after Ashley comes down from doing her rappel, she lets the ladies know she's going to go change and come back to go, chat it up with them. So they go sit down and go talk. And Mia takes the opportunity to confront Giselle about the fact that she didn't like how Giselle came to her, bringing up her business in front of everybody at Wendy party, questioning her about Gordon and Ink. And Giselle's like, yes, because I'm asking because you telling us one thing, but on social media it's saying another thing. So it's like you told us you and Ink was going to take a pause, and now I see y'all all in one big happy family. And Mia like, just because I said that don't mean that what I'm going to do in my household, I could say anything but that don't mean that's what I'm going to implement. So the girls is like, whatever, anyway. So now, out of nowhere, Mia is like, to Giselle, because I know when you post on social media, you only post the good things, and you, what's the word I'm looking for? You submit yourself. That's not the word I was looking for, but anyway, you submit yourself in this positive light, like so perfect, and your daughters are so perfect. And Giselle is like, they're not. So Mia is like, but let's not forget when your daughters went to the Dominican Republic, when they was in DR, one of them had a guy sneaking into their room or whatever. So everybody's like, huh, what? So Mia goes on to let them know how, I guess, when Giselle had told her one time when her daughters was in the DR, she had saw a guy come in the room on a ring cam, and she told that to Mia, and Mia was like, and I never brought it to the group, and I never said nothing about it. So I don't appreciate you coming to me in front of everybody about my family and my situation. And Giselle is kind of taken back. Giselle's sitting there looking like a deer in headlight because she don't know what's going on. And you know Giselle, she's not quick on her feet. She can read, but Giselle is better when she practices her reads and she comes prepared with her reads. But if you catch her off guard and you confront her, she's not going to be able to like snap into it and match your energy. She's going to be sitting there looking like a deer in headlights like she did when Monique pulled out that binder at the reunion season 5, and she was looking like, huh? What? So anyway, now, so Mia is just going in and she's saying how she understands how Giselle is about to be a empty nester or whatever, but that don't give her the right to be questioning her family and all that and questioning her relationship when she don't even live in her authentic self. Basically saying Giselle was fake and phony, and she's like, at least I'm keeping it real over here. I'm like, you got a point with that, but what does her daughters have to do with that? You know what? Not for nothing. When I look at Mia, the type of person she is, the way she talks, her swag or whatever, like, I can see me and Mia being cool. I'm not saying we would be friends, but she seems like a good time. I feel like I could have a good time with a girl like Mia. But I just feel like she's not a good fit for the show. Like, I just feel like she's just doing too much. At first it was cute, but now it's just like, girl, I'm done. Like, I'm bored. Next. So anyway, so she's saying all this to Giselle, and even Karen is in the background like, Mia, like, what is wrong with Mia? Like, why is she saying you don't bring the kids into it? Like, you don't never bring the kids into it. So yeah, so Mia is telling Giselle she basically don't appreciate that, and she need to worry about her business and don't come at her. And baby Giselle just sitting there looking like, so Giselle says in her confessional, like, right now I'm just taking it in, But trust me, I'm gonna react. And that was how the episode ended. And then they premiered the mid-season trailer. Baby, this season is about to turn up. You hear me? That trailer I kept rewinding it several times. Because sometimes you gotta rewind it to see, like, wait a minute, who is she talking to? Like, oh, who's she about to fight? Like, who? It was just a lot going on. Not saying nobody was about to fight, but it was a lot going on. It looks like it's about to be the Gang Up on Mia show. It looked like Giselle is about to do to Mia what she was doing to Wendy for the past 3 seasons, because she done pissed Giselle off. And it looks like at one point they're going to have some type of intervention with Mia. Yeah, it looks like it's about to go down, and I'm going to be here for all the rest of the season, okay? But y'all, sorry for the late review. I'm busting these videos out as soon as I can, I gotta watch it and then review it. I will be doing Beverly Hills later on today and Salt Lake City tomorrow, so I could be on time for Potomac. But anyway, guys, I will look up that cucumber leche de tigre, and I will update at the end of the video to let y'all know what it is. I might try to post a picture of it. Okay, guys, so I looked it up now. So a cucumber leche de tigre is actually... A leche de tigre is, I believe they said it was a Peruvian marinade or sauce that is made from blending vegetables or fruits with like lime juice and other things to make a marinade. So the leche de tigre is the actual marinade. But a cucumber leche de tigre is a leche de tigre, another word for marinade, made out of cucumbers. So they take the cucumbers with lime milk or whatever, and leche de tigre translates to tiger's milk. So that's what it is. It's just pretty much a sauce or marinade made from cucumber. Sounds good. I think I'm going to taste it because I do like Peruvian food. But anyway, guys, tell me what you guys think about this episode. It was an okay episode, I guess. Honestly, my favorite part of the episode was seeing Wendy and Eddie and their family connect. That was like so touching to me. And seeing Giselle talk about her dad with her daughter, those was cute little scenes. There wasn't too much drama this episode except for the drama Mia's trying to bring. But let me know what y'all think about it. Talk to you later. Bye.